research and travel did you do in writing the book?
So the funny thing is, I grew up in the Boston area. I grew up near Concord. Yeah, you're right. I know there's a couple Bostonians here. I grew up close to Concord, which I like to call Colonial Ground Zero. And, I didn't think that kind of thing affected me. We go walk in the Old North Church every Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, kind of walk off the meal. I mean, it was just like part of your life. People's houses, your next door neighbor's house was from the 1700s. You didn't think about it. You kind of knew what they looked like and what it all felt like. But I never thought it made that big of an impression on me. And then when I wrote the short story, I set that character who had been living for 200 years, boom, right there in relatively early America. It really surprised me. So for some of it, I didn't have to do a lot of research because, like I said, I kind of grew up around it. I had a horse that was stabled at a place that had the farmhouse attached to it was a historic building. It's almost unaltered from the 1700s. A lot of the descriptions of the houses there are taken from that, because all the times I sat in that kitchen with the fireplace literally like this big, right? You could walk, or I could walk into it. You tall people couldn't walk into it, but so all that stuff, not so much. But what ended up hanging me up was the Maine part, because half of the book, the first book, is set in the Maine territory in colonial times. And that I didn't know so well, and it's kind of obscure. So I ended up searching and searching. I finally found history books that were produced for colleges in Maine that have to teach Maine history. And that's how I learned the sort of detailed stuff that I needed for that. But then the next two books kind of go all over the place. They go, from the Great Game in the Hindu Kush, they go to St. Petersburg when it was founded, and I ended up having to do a lot of research. I wouldn't advise that either. Stay in one area or something. So, but my day job is as an analyst, which, you get trained to do a lot of research, so I think that helps a lot, help cut down, made me a more efficient researcher. I'm, like a lot of writers saying, I know there's a lot of writers in the audience, so they can all laugh ruefully when I say this. But, writers do tend to kind of get bogged down in their research sometime and just research for days. Yeah. Or weeks, and then you have all this lovely research, and how are you going to put it in the story? And I'm a little bit more ruthless than that. I kind of just go after the parts that I need and not do the rest.
Okay.